Welcome to episode 4 of our New Zealand trip. Today we leave Wanaka. It was a sad day. We really loved our time here and it was time to move on. Good morning. It's cold. Can you see my breath? It's gonna be a good day. We're back on the road again. We've just spent 2 nights in Wanaka, but now we're heading into Ara. Look at this! Look at that! Oh. I can still get used to waking up to this every morning. It's beautiful here. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
All right, so the road. Our final destination for this trip is Arrowtown, but we did some research and wanted to see some stuff along the way. And Cromwell came up a lot, so we decided to go and check it out. So very quickly into the drive, we saw a little sign saying that there's a lavender farm close by, and we beelined it straight there, and we were quite glad we did. Quick little stop in. Get some lavender tea at the lavender farm. Stopping in here, we did something we don't normally do. We drank some lavender tea and had some lavender scones and relaxed in this beautiful little garden surrounded by farm animals. It was really cute. And on the way out, we met a couple of little farm animals here. This handsome little fella decided to sit under this tree, which made the most perfect light, especially with how bright the background was. So thank you for sitting underneath this tree and letting us get these photos. Out of the two of this particular scene, I do prefer the second one in landscape a little bit more. It gives a bit more context of where we are and what's around, just because you can see, you know, the trees in the back, the fence lines and the tree itself. I just think it gives a bit more context to the photo. It was a shame because right at the back of this particular paddock, they had Highland cows and I really wanted to get a photo of them, but the lenses I had just couldn't reach. So the best we did and the best we could do was on the film camera. Laurie just will show you. This is our little film camera and this is how we got this photo of the Highland cow. So that is the extent of our zoom and it did a pretty good job. I'm glad we have it because we know we have proof that they were there. I love this camera. You filming me filming the sheep, filming myself? Yeah. Amazing. Oh, this is so cool. Good pick. You found this spot. Well done. Yes! Go you. So eventually made it to Cromwell and all right, I'm gonna show you this view. You ready? You ready to see this view? Yeah, just fog. That's the view. Can't see anything at all. We literally have been driving through this most beautiful like blue skies, then we hit Cromwell and it was just literally just fog. Fog, everything is just fog, but still pretty. Just waiting for it to lift a bit. As you could see in the footage just before, it was foggy and I did my best with this image and I think it came out quite nice. For, not having a circular polarizer or any other technical gear I should have had to get these scenes, there's a minimal look when there is so much fog in the scene and just that little bit of pop of color that came from the trees in the foreground and then the fog on the water itself, it just creates a lot of depth in such a simple scene. I think it's quite nice. This was actually, however, just a lookout from Cromwell, so we had to still look for the town to enjoy what Cromwell was. So we were back in the van. So a little bit of information about Cromwell itself. This town has pretty much not been changed since it was settled. So they've kept all the original buildings from when it was first built and just kind of updated the interiors. What this means is each of the stores have a really old rustic feel inside. The cafe we went to was an all original building inside. It just had the original benches and walls and everything, and they just built the cafe within that. And it made such a nice aesthetic. The coffee was great. The mood of the town was nice. This sparrow was cute. There was moody fog. And then there were these 2 golden retrievers that were just hanging out, which essentially means I had to take a photo. What beautiful photogenic dogs these are. The composition here, the color, everything just worked out in my favor here. I really love the first one on the left because it just looks like they both have had their attention grabbed and they're both looking off to the right. It just has an energy. It looks funny, they're cute, they have personality just in this image. It looks like the one in the back is just fully judging the lighter colored retriever, and the one in the foreground is just sad about it. I don't know, he's just, dang, these dogs are cute. I love it. What we didn't expect is as time passed, the fog did actually lift, revealing the surrounding areas, which meant more people came out, which meant there was more opportunities to take photos. There was more color in the area. And at this point in my photography journey, I've never dabbled in street photography. I've dabbled in urban photography, but street photography to take photos of strangers and scenes like that is, I have not touched it at this point when taking these photos, but I still got this. There's something about this man as my subject that is interesting. The composition is beautiful, and it just worked out perfectly. It has this vintage look and feel to the scene itself. The color really complements that, I think. And this older gentleman here lighting a cigarette and having a smoke is the perfect subject for this. And the fact that he's in a full blue one piece just makes the image. I love this photo. And I think this may have been one of the reasons that street photography started to become an interest. Nice little subframe, looks nice, is quite pleasing to look at. The light in the foreground that's attached to the ceiling is just a nice addition of detail. Window, so I think this one turned out quite nicely. I think all you can say here is just, you know, the serenity. We ended up spending more time in Cromwell than we originally anticipated, so we parked on a park bench and made some lunch. It's time for a truly gourmet lunch.
Wait, no. So I just wanted to make sure we had enough. Just.
Hey Siri, set a timer for 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Start
This
now.
town, Cromwell, is so cute and beautiful and little. And maybe I'll put this on top and it'll heat it up.
Sure.
Maybe. I will greet it by this little cat. This whole trip through New Zealand has just been focused on cats, and there's more to come, which is amazing. Just friendly, hanging out, got a scratch, had a pat, hung out for a bit, and then went on his way. When we eventually did move on from Cromwell, we were heading towards Arrowtown and we stopped by a farm we saw people taking photos of because all the leaves were still in autumn colors, so we had to stop as well and managed to get this series of images. I think coming away from this trip, I love autumn. It's one of my favorite seasons. It's stunning, it's beautiful. The colors are just something else. And I learned on this trip, a lot of photography is your surroundings, especially if you work away from home and go out into places to shoot. The colors that are there influence how you photograph all the time. So I really learned a lot about photography on this trip in terms of technicals about that as well. The way the trees were pruned and how wide each of the gaps were and everything, it really felt like this farm was set up for people to take photos in. It just seemed too good to be true for it to just work out this well, but these couple of images here just scream peace to me. And with that, we're on the last leg of this trip through New Zealand. Tomorrow we're in Arrowtown, and what a magical place it is. Hope you can join us then. It'll be out in a week's time, and thank you for watching this episode.